The last thing that I like about this book is the ending. I was just glad that it was over. Hi. Hello. So in today's video, I will be doing a book review for Groundbreaker by Victoria Aveyard. This book was one of my most anticipated books of 2021. And I gave it a 1 star. Why do I feel like this happened before? This video is not supposed to be helpful, it's just me ranting because I wasted 3 days of my life reading this book, so I might as well just make a content out of it. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, maybe not, at the end of the video, you will be able to decide if you want to read this book. If you don't know, Victoria Aveyard is the author of Red Queen, which is one of my favorite books. You see, I said book, not series. I love the first book, and I have been pretending that it's a standalone for the past year, so don't tell me otherwise. As you can tell, I don't like the series after book 1. But you know, I just love Red Queen book so much that when I heard that she has a new series come out, this one, I was so excited. Not only is written by her, it is also about a pirate's daughter who is trying to save the world with the help of her 6 other companions. You know, the misfit one. We have the pirate's daughter. We have who do we have? Corinne, which is the pirate's daughter, Dome, the immortal prince, Sarasa, an assassin, Andre, a squarer, Baltic, a sorceress, Sigil, a bounty hunter, and Charlie, a forger. There's 7 people. They're trying to save the world from doom before the bad guy take over the world. You know, it depends on them. So I was like, the story is going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Let's talk about what I like about this book. I like the premise. It sounded really interesting. The second thing that I like is Sarasa, the assassin. She's not the best characters I've ever read. I gave this book a 1 star, but I wish she was the main character instead of Corinne, who is just so useless in this book. Another thing that I like about this book is Tristan, the bad guy. I think the reason why everyone hates him in this book is because he's the only person with personality and goals, and they are just jealous. The last thing that I like about this book is the ending. I was just glad that it was over. Now, let's get to the things that I don't like about this book, which is a lot. Small part of here is what I like about this book, and the rest here is what I don't like about this book. What I don't like about this book, the prologue is 26 pages long. For what? Why is it there? Why is it so long? What is it for? And if you are planning to read this book, let me help you, okay? Skip the prologue and let me tell you what is it about. It's about the goody good guys fight the bad guys, and the goody good guys get stabbed or eaten by the zombie soldiers of the bad guys, and they lost. And the bad guy, they won. That's it. You're welcome. This book is 562 pages long. For what? 3 days of my life wasted. For what? Because nothing happened in this book until the last 50, 70, or 100 pages, like let's just say the last 100 pages of the book. Nothing happened until we got there. Here's my advice. If you want to read this book, I already mentioned this, skip the prologue. I already told you what happened. I got you. Second, read maybe until chapter 5 or until the 3 main characters meet, and then skip to page 400. You won't miss a thing. You're welcome. And the things that happened in the last 100 pages, it wasn't even that interesting. Nothing already happened. And then when it happened, it wasn't even that good. It was just a mediocre fight scene where the goody good guys, you know, the main character, Corinne, and her friends fight the bad guy. But here's the thing. The bad guy wasn't even there. He wasn't even there in the fight. He just sent his minions to fight for him. And that was supposed to be like the epic fight of the book. In the book, that was supposed to be the most epic one. And he wasn't even there. And I thought, you know what? Tristan, he's just too cool for this book, okay? He's too cool for this shit. He's like, you know what? You guys can go. I'm just gonna be chilling here because they are not even worth my time. He only met the main characters. I'm gonna say the main characters because there are 3 main characters and there are 4 side characters that, you know, go along with this whatever this is. Yeah, anyway, Tristan, the bad guy, he only met the main characters once in the middle of the book, and he was also at the prologue, and that was it. That was it. They don't see each other, not even at the end of the book. What was the reason for this book? I don't understand.
I almost forgot. So, Tristan is the bad guy, right? He's the bad guy. But there's another bad guy. This is like a big boss. There's the villain, and there is the big villain, the big boss. And this big boss, their name is What Wakes. What Wakes? That's their name. What Wakes? Wake for what?
They met in the middle of the book, and the rest of the story it's just Tristan chilling in a palace, just minding his own business. The rest of the characters, the good side, the goody good guys, just making their way downtown, walking. But I don't know the lyrics, to meet other characters, to gather everyone, to join them, to fight Tristan. And that takes almost 400 pages. It takes almost 400 pages for the author to gather everyone together. Why is that? What is the reason for that? Does it really need to take that long? No. The reason is no. If you cut 300 pages of this book out, it would still be the same story. It did not need to be that long. 562 pages. For what? And the characters, I don't even care about them. They're so forgettable. At first, I thought maybe because I listened to an audiobook. I read the book physically for about 200 pages, and I thought to myself, oh god. So I decided to listen to the audiobook to help me get through this, because hell no. And I just zone out the rest of the book. I mean, I also read the last 100 pages physically. Anyway, the characters. At first, I thought maybe because I listened to the audiobook. But no, because when I listened to audiobooks of other books, Red Queen, I got into the stories because of the audiobooks. I was so invested in the story that I ran to my library to get the book so I can read it physically. So no, it's not that. It's just because the story is not interesting. The characters are not interesting. And there is this one character beside the 7 characters and the villain, Tristan, which is the queen. There's one queen in this book, and I don't even know why she's here. What was the point? Why is she here? I feel she just there to be a decoration for one of the characters. She just there. There is no point for her to be there at all. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe there are 2 more books in the series, so maybe she would be more important in the next 2 books. Who knows? I sure won't know, because I'm not gonna read them. This is enough for me. What was the point of her being there? What was the point of this book? And in this book, even though it doesn't really focus on the romance, but you can tell there are 2 couples that, eventually will get together. And one of them, I can feel it, I can see the chemistry. I get it. But the chemistry between the main character and her potential love interest, I can see it miles away that he's going to be her love interest. They got no chemistry, and I can see disasters miles away if they end up together. It just doesn't click. Okay, they don't click. They don't have the same key, the same lock and key. He doesn't have the key. This guy is like he just blurred into the background. This man, he got no flavor. And again, why is he here? My thought about this book can sum up in one sentence. What was the point? What was the point of this book? What was the point of this character being here? What was the point of this book being so long? And why is the prologue that long? Almost 30 pages. Why is that? You know what? Maybe it's my fault. Sure. Okay. It's my fault. Okay? When I read the prologue, I know that I'm not gonna like this book, because I don't like slow-paced story, especially when it comes to fantasy. I love fast-paced action adventure stories, but I don't know. I just have hope. Yeah, girl had hope. She thought to herself, okay, maybe it's not a great start, but things could get better. I believe in you. And what did that hope get me? Nothing. I think this book could be better if it's shorter, maybe 300 pages. Just cut it down. Just cut it. Cut it down. And the author, I don't know what she thinks or what she thought when she wrote this or her plan for this book. But as a reader, when I read it, I felt that she wrote it as an act 1 of the 3-part series. There are 3 books in the series. I feel like she wrote it as an act 1 instead of having this book being a complete story by its own. I personally despite when others do that. Yeah, sure, this book is part of a series, but it still need to be complete in itself. You know, it still has to have act 1 to 3. That is part of a story structure. This story just didn't feel complete. This book felt like a 562 page of act 1 out of I am disappointed. I am very disappointed because I have hope for this book. I really thought I was going to like it, but well, what the hell I'm going to do, you know? I see so many people on Goodreads like it, and I don't get it. I don't know if I will read any more books by Victoria Aveyard. I guess she is not right for me, but who knows? I said Leigh Bardugo writing style is not for me, but now I'm a sim for Shadow and Bone series, and I'm planning to read the rest of the Grisha works. Never say never, I guess. Let me know what you think of this book, or just leave a sword emoji if you get here this far, and hit the like button for your fallen soldier. And that fallen soldier is me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!